Welcome back to another week on the boat. This week mainly about just getting as far back west as I can here on the K&A. I'm just to the east of Newbury still at the minute. I'm going to aim for a place called Kintbury today. It's actually the next place to pick up water. I need to give the tank a rinse, fill up with water, and then weather depending tomorrow, hopefully I can crack on to Hungerford then. If not, a bit further. We'll see how we get on. I'm just going to try and get going this morning. I'll probably film properly from either later on or tomorrow. I just want to try and get a bit of progress going. But yeah, enough talking. I'm going to get the boat started. Got a swing bridge to do straight away, cut through Newbury and on to Kintbury. So both paddles are down. I'm trying to come into this lock. How leaky it is. Here we go again. Right, quick story time and then I need to get moving. I made it to Kintbury last night, arrived here in the dark. I was kind of cruising with a couple on a hire boat, so we were sharing some locks and stuff, made good progress. But yeah, ended up mooring up in the dark and kind of stayed on a water point overnight, which you shouldn't really do, but it was dark and I need to fill up water in the morning and stuff. But yeah, just made the train. I was kind of stuck the wrong side of the platform. My train came in on the other platform, but thankfully a lady kept pressing the button until I ran. So I managed to get that, picked the van up, had a bit of a nightmare with parking here. There used to be probably 20 odd spaces here at Kintbury, but they've put in a height barrier since June, so I couldn't get the van in. So I did a couple laps trying to find somewhere to park it, but I ended up having to pay to park in a station car park, but that is what it is really. I've just been cleaning the boat this morning. I made the most of being on a water point. A mooring just off it came free, so I've been washing the boat all morning. It's looking really good actually. But yeah, basically I'm going to aim for Hungerford now, which is probably a couple of hours away. See how I get on. Probably do some more chores though. I need to use the washing machine for the first time in ages. I've also got a new EcoFlow to try out as well. Thank you EcoFlow for sponsoring this week's video. Crikey, yeah, I got a burger last night as well. 7-bone burger if you're in Newbury, great. I think they've got a couple, but there's one in Bournemouth as well, I know that much. That is, yeah, all of story time. Right, let's get going. Next stop, Hungerford. Maybe get some lunch, do some chores, and then we'll see if we go the other side. But hopefully tomorrow then, I'll get on to Bedwyn. And I think soon, I'm actually going to cross the border back into Wiltshire, which is basically home ground for me. It's not quite Somerset, but it's pretty much the canal, the K&A area that I explore, or not explore, but it was based on, I used to explore, is all in Wiltshire. So that'd be good to cross the border. That would probably be Hungerford, I'm guessing. I could be wrong. Ooh, not just after Hungerford. When we get to Froxfield bottom lock will be in Wiltshire. Lovely. Right. Onwards, yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm not with it at all. ended up leaving at the same time as a hire boat. Lovely family on. I'm just helping them through locks. They've only been on a boat for 2 days, so they're struggling with locks. So just gonna be giving them a hand for a bit if I don't film very much. Just taking a bit of concentration. But yeah, I'll catch up with you shortly once we part ways. Just moored up in Hungerford. It's a proper K&A mooring this is. So not a massive day cruising today, but I did spend about half the day cleaning the bloody thing. But tomorrow, on the way to Froxfield and into Wiltshire, about 10 locks. It said about seven hours on canal plan AC, I think. So it'll be a decent day tomorrow, and then I'll have to come back and pick my van up and all the rest of it. But for now, beer of the week, kindly supplied by my lovely customers Kirsty and Sean and their dogs Lottie and Ellie. Flying Monk Brewery, Balance Amber Ale. They've got a tap room up near Malmesbury. And yeah, I'm very thirsty, so this will go down well. You know what they say, life is all about balance. A smooth harmony of malt and hops bringing out bold flavours followed by a crisp finish. Ooh, just what the doctor ordered. Now on to this week's sponsor, my friends over at EcoFlow very kindly sent me their new Delta 3 Plus. I haven't had one of the newer EcoFlow models yet, so I'm quite excited to see how things have developed. As you know, I've got the Delta 3 Max, Delta 2 Max, sorry, in my van, so potentially be able to swap that out for this. I think it's got slightly less AC output, but I don't really use much AC anyway. I think it's just a bit more compact and a bit lighter, but we'll have a look. Right, first things first, what's in the box?
Oh, what's in the box?
Oh my god, that's tiny. That is so much smaller and lighter than the two. One EcoFlow, one box of goodies. DC to DC cable, 12 volt cigarette socket charger, and an AC socket plug cable. So in terms of ports, I just can't believe how compact this is actually. It's tiny. Got 4 AC outputs, 240 watt USB-Cs and 2 fast charge USB-As. All the buttons up here. AC on. Then on the back, the usual cigarette socket output, handy for compressors, tyre compressors for cars, DC outputs. I've still not really used these, to be honest, but I think things like my battery work light, you could charge directly off of these. I'm sure there's other things, but yeah, I've not actually ever used these. And then input wise, there's 2 solar inputs, or solar and the 12 volt cigarette socket, wherever I've dropped that to. I think these are XT60s, are they? They're quite universal, so that's it, 2 inputs there. AC input, and this one here is to connect an extra battery, or I can actually plug this into the alternator charger that a couple of you actually recommended, and probably the best thing I've put in the van. I'll show you that in a minute in the van. Just brought the EcoFlow out to the van. First things first, I'm going to make a coffee with it because I'm pretty sure this is 1800 watts and this is also 1800 watts max, so that'd be a good test of that. Then I'll just show you how I'll take out the Delta 2 Plus Max, whatever it is, Delta 2 Max, and I'll show you how the alternator charger works, which come in via this cable. coffee. Now, my favourite part about the EcoFlow system is definitely this alternator charger at the minute. I just take the old Delta 2 out. That extra cable I said about, that goes in here. Now if I start the van up, so Delta 3 Plus there, this is the alternate charger. So that is now charging from the engine at 14.4 volts, putting out just under 600 watts of power, and it will fully charge it up in about 38 minutes. My favourite part, it's got to be reverse charge. Since taking the bulkhead out, I'm now tending to leave the van by either the sliding door or passenger door sometimes, depending on where I'm parked. That's all well and good, but I'm a devil for leaving my lights on, and if that means if I don't get out the driver's door, there'd normally be a beep to tell me I've left the lights on. Yeah, I've actually had a flat battery about 3 times now, once on site, once when moving the boat, no, twice once moving the boat. So what I've been doing, I am generally trying to break the habit of leaving my lights on, but the EcoFlow saved me. I've basically switched that to reverse charge and essentially jump start the van off the EcoFlow. It's been crazy because it puts out 800 watts, takes the voltage up to enough to start the van, and yeah, it's got me out of trouble quite a few times. But yeah, if you're on the market for a power station, as always, I can highly recommend EcoFlow. I'll leave their link in the description and pinned comment. Now back to the video. Good morning. Just appreciating the lighting in here. It's so nice with the stained glass, isn't it? Feeling like I've got a bit of a cold today, so I do apologise for any sniffling going on and any moaning throughout the day about how rough I feel. I'm just going to have a coffee and then get going. Oh, it's not actually as far as I thought to Bedouin. It's saying about 4 hours, 10 locks. I must have been doing Bedouin from where I was moored. Ah, right, so that's not so bad. Possibly even go a bit further, but the problem is if I go, the reason I'm picking Bedouin is because there's a train station, which means I can get back to where my van is easily, and it's just probably too far a ride on my little Brompton. Poor little thing. So 4 hours, 10 locks. Right, I'll finish the coffee. Off we pop. My hands are so sore, I can't really pull the pin out. Cut them up pretty bad yesterday washing the boat on the solar brackets, so a bit sore today. 1 down, 9 to go. Sorry about the helicopter, but lock 2 of the day is one of the ones with a swing bridge over it. So I need to get in, open the swing bridge, and then do the lock. Just had a load of cows come across it, and there's loads of dog walkers here, so I'm just going to be as considerate as I can. Just brewing a tea whilst I wait, and then we'll go in. Lovely day though. Right, we're through, got a brew. I think there's another one like that somewhere on the network. It's a lot to think about, especially when you're trying to film as well. Very distracted by lovely cows. Pleased to announce, just beyond this bridge is Wiltshire. Good to be back, Wiltshire. First time in 3 years. That was the last lock of the day, of the week, and I've never been happier to finish bloody cruising. I'm feeling really rough now. I ran out of milk, so I can't make a coffee. Oh no, that's a lie, I've actually got another bottle. Ignore that. That's just me moaning. I'm going to moor up here shortly, and then catch the train back to the van. Thank goodness. Sorry, I just ran and got the train. Managed to catch the very next train, which was ideal. So yeah, just picked the van up. Just want to say thank you so much to everyone that I've met this week. Loads of you. Even people that watched the video from before, random people off of hire boats, and everyone in between. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to EcoFlow. Make sure you go and check that out. Oh my god, that's bright. I'm going to go and have a hot bath, I think, because I feel rotten. And I'll see you... Oh my goodness, stop doing that. I'll see you next week.